Hello guys, welcome back. So in this lecture, let's quickly see how we can implement the unshift method in the doubly linked list. Right. It is somewhat similar to singly linked list, just with an additional linkage in the linked list. I hope you got the idea if you're watching my previous videos, right? So let's quickly take an example of this. Okay. So see, let's say we have a doubly linked list which have one head, which is 2, you can say, a middle node and then one tail, right? And if you want to add a new node, let's take it as a new node. Okay, if you want to add it as a new node uh, in the beginning of the linked list, then what you have to do, you simply have to connect this to node with our current head, right? And how you will connect it, you will simply take this node and you will store this particular node dot next. Okay, let me quickly disable autosave first. Okay, so this node dot next. Okay, here you are connecting a link between these two nodes, right? Since it is a doubly linked list, so we have to create a backward connection as well, right? That means this node dot previous as well, which will be this connection, right? So with this we have built a connection between these two nodes. This node dot next is going to be this node, and then this node dot previous is going to be this node. And then what we will do, we will simply update this as a new head, and that is all we have to do in order to add a new node in the beginning of the linked list. Okay, so let's quickly build it. Okay, so for that I'll write unshift method. Okay, here we'll be taking a value. Let's take it as val. Okay, so first thing we have to do is uh, let's say const new node equals to, we are going to convert this value into node. Okay, and then what we have to do, we simply have to return the length. We have to increment the length first, and then we have to return this means this complete linked list we have to return, right? So this is the basic stuff which we used to do in every, I think in every method, right? Almost every method, not every method. Okay, okay, so let's start writing the logic. Okay, so let's say if our linked list is empty, if the length is 0, then in this case what we have to do, we don't have to think twice, we simply have to set the new node as a head and a tail both. This dot head equals to new node, and then same we are going to do with this dot tail. Okay, so this way we have set the head and the tail as the new node, since it is an empty array, it is an empty list, sorry, right? Otherwise if we have any node in the linked list, right, so in that case what we will do, we will simply pick the current head. Okay, so this dot head, and then we will set its previous first. Okay, so its previous we are going to set as the new node which we are going to add at the very beginning. Okay, so our current head dot previous, basically this connection we are adding. Okay, so this is our new node, this is our current head, or let's mark here itself, this is our current head. So this node dot previous we are going to connect, right? So this new value we are going to make it as a previous node for this one. Earlier this was empty, right, since it is an head. Okay, so the same thing we are going to do to establish from left to right connection. Okay, that means this new node dot next, which will be this particular connection. Okay, so let's quickly do that as well. This new node dot next is going to be this dot head. Okay, so now we have built this connection as well from left to right. That means this new node dot next we are storing as the current head. Okay, so now all there is left is to update this node as a new head. That means since this is our current head, what we are going to do, we are simply going to update this one as a new head. Okay, so for that what we have to do, this dot head equals to new node. Okay, and that is all we have to do in order to implement the unshift method in the linked list, right? So now let's quickly test it to see whether it is working fine. So we already have DLL. Okay, let's quickly make this empty list, right? Okay, let's save it, right? So now DLL, we have an empty array. Now DLL dot unshift, let's pass 5, right? So if I pass 5, then head is 1, tail is 1. Let's quickly expand it. So we have head as 5, tail is 5, next previous, everything is null. Now let's unshift one more. Let's unshift 4. Okay. So now our current head is 4 and then tail is 5, right? That means it's working fine. Now if I add one more, let's add 3. Okay. So now we are getting 3 as our new head, tail is this, and then we have the chain as well. 4's previous value, where is it? Sorry, 4, let's expand this 4's previous value is 3, 4's next value is 5. Okay, now 3's previous value, okay, 3's previous value is null since it is our head node, which is this one. Next value is 4, and then if we expand 4, if we expand 5, then this way you can explore this, right? I'm also getting confused, right? Okay, so that means our unshift method is working just fine. So let's quickly see one more time. Okay, unshift method dot to, because since we haven't refreshed anything yet, so we will still have those nodes, right? Okay, so now let's add one more, which is 1. Okay, now the length is 5, our head node is 1, tail node is 5, and so far it is working fine, right? So this is how you can implement the unshift method in the linked list. So this is it for today's lecture. See you in the next one.